Within our first year, first trimester course, we have created a tutorial workbook. So this is a new thing that we've added this year. Previously, we had 2 lectures and no tutorial. So adding the tutorial to this course actually was really beneficial in having students be able to apply the content that they were learning. So we use PebblePad to structure a workbook around the tutorial to allow students to answer the questions within the tutorial and have that submitted all in one place with assessment related to it. So it's been a very beneficial activity to link the workbook to the PebblePad workbook to the tutorial. Slides, we have an introduction page that provides an overview of what they're expected to do in each of the weeks. So, but generally within each of the tutorials, we get them to do 3 or so activities that really cement what they're learning within the tutorial and are applying that content. We get them to complete some activities around what their motivation for studying nutrition and dietetics is. We get them to use the list function, which aids marking because we can see how many they've come up with. But being assessor field, it allows it to be all in one place. Students actually really appreciate this because it makes it easy for them to find and really makes it much easier to mark as well, being just scrolling down to the bottom as well. We can give feedback. As part of one of our professionalisation activities, we get them to set learning goals and complete an activity log as part of this course. So they set their learning goals, choose the professional development area that it's part of, and also outline how they plan to do it. So that was something that I've just typed in here to give them an example. Other activities that we get them to do is, again, listing activities, but also using the table format. We get them to complete 15 competencies that are linked to our course, so and how it can be actually contributing to some of the competencies. And then we get them to practice their reflection in the Style P format that we use, so situation, task, action, result, reflection, learning, and planning, or where to from here. Again, we use the table format and come back to the competencies, getting them to think about, okay, how does it relate to this, the social aspects of food and nutrition for students. We get them to write some boxes as well. In this one, we've given a word maximum to allow the students to have a bit of context to how much they can write and also to aid marking. So you can see here you can embed quite a few different types of activities for students to complete. And then in this one, we've created the marking page. We get students to upload a picture. So for this one, it's related to obesity stigmatisation, which is part of our tutorial session. They can upload a picture. So you could use this function for videos as well as images as well. And the benefit of it is that once you actually just upload an image, it's there to be seen and you don't have to open it in a separate page. So we get them to complete different activities again, and we've got marking, and this is just a different form of marking that we can trial as well. So again, this is a page completed by a student where they've completed their writing, ticked their boxes and uploaded their evidence of blue card or whatever's relevant here. Markings at the bottom of the page. And then what we do as well is come in here and leave feedback for the actual page and add the grade. So the benefit of that is that then we export to Learning at Griffith and they can have their marks per week as well going into Learning at Griffith Mark Centre. So once we mark the individual pages, you can see here that it links to the students' marks all collated, and we can then release marks to students by going into Manage Feedback and releasing the feedback to all authors. And through that, we can also then export the marks, grades only, which we then upload to Learning at Griffith in a matter of minutes. We also use report functions for these workbooks. Initially, I use breakdown of submissions to make sure that all students have submitted. So this is one that's still undergoing, but for the tutorial workbook I've just explained, we can see that all but one student, or everyone's submitted now. This was an incorrect one that I had to remove. So the benefit of this workbook is, again, that it brings it all into one place. The students know each tutorial that they just open up their workbook and they just keep working on their activities. So the first time they open it, it's auto-submitted, and it means that each week we can see where they're up to and they don't have to worry about whether it's submitted.